en el que no se puede, en el que no tiene sentido gritar ni desesperarse, porque supongo que no sea muy difícil ni injusto.
How many times will I kill her?
Sophia! God damn it. Not again. Sophia! Shouldn't have taken her here. Shit. Sophia, where are you? Call out to me, please! Sophia! Sweetie, do not go outside! God damn it! Baby, please. Please, baby, don't do this to me. Where are you? Sophia!
Vale, el juego empieza fuerte, empieza movido, y bueno, seguimos.
How many times will I kill her? I've asked myself that question 1,000 times. It was always there, flying around my head like my own personal vulture, waiting for me to die and scavenge my corpse. It was the only thing I could think about when I ended up in that hospital bed.
Vale, aquí empieza ya lo lírico. Se supone que estamos dentro de la mente del tío. Mientras está...
But I can't really blame the tornado, can I? What can you expect from a force of nature? I was the one who chased it. My obsession. I deserved to be in that bed, neither dead nor alive. I had screwed with destiny, and it screwed me right back. Fair deal. It was also reassuring to know that I couldn't harm anybody else, as long as I was in a coma. That was the type of nonsense I had to tell myself to keep me on the path. For all those years, I'd hated my father almost as much as myself for what happened to my little sister. And then I go and do the same thing to my own daughter, my own Sophia. And they say things never change. Cynics. What do they know? I'd put Sophia in danger, taking her with me on the job. Severe weather phenomena. More exciting than it sounds. Extreme weather. There's some radical 90s slang for you. My reckless father had done the same thing with Sophia and I. At least this time she didn't suffer. Well, had I known. But I didn't. Not yet. It seems death has always been a backseat driver on my journey through life. But even then I couldn't see it. I was so damn consumed by my sister that even at death's door, I couldn't see its face. Her drawing. The first of many. It had been too long since Sophia had been more than a whisper screaming in the back of my mind. But I could still recognize it. I admit, at that moment, hope started to flourish inside me. Where would the drawings lead me? Was my little sister alive in this world? Like my father before me, I had spent all my life studying weather phenomena. I thought I was different. I thought I was doing it to pay my debt to Sophia. I was wrong. But all that work couldn't have been for nothing. I was told my very first published study on the hazards of road fog was all sorts of helpful. I was rather proud of that one. And now, of course, to get to Sophia, I had to bend fog to my will. That'd be the first of many, too.
Vale, esto está dando vueltas el dibujo a las ramas estas y tenía un objeto que se supone que es esto. Supongo que tendré que colocar esto aquí y podré avanzar, digo yo. No veo nada. Un árbol que echa niebla, huyendo de sus malas fieras. Vale, no me queda muy claro si él es Nick, parece ser él, pero claro, Sofía también igual llamó a su hija como su difunta hermana, parece. Dejan las cosas claras, un paraje está bastante bien logrado el juego. A nivel gráfico está bastante bien conseguido.
Every decision creates ripples, countless unforeseen consequences. If we could see the inner workings of this infinity, we would mimic the deer that stands still to elude its predator. We wouldn't dare make a move. I couldn't see it, so I followed the path, and that kept me alive. But it did much more than that. Introspection can be far more scarring than any wound.
Creo que el motor usado es el Unreal Engine 3 y la verdad es que me gusta bastante el conseguido que está. Me gusta mucho el aspecto gráfico, la atmósfera que consigue este juego.
First, I saw myself reflected in the shallow sea, and I wept. Then fear found me deep in the bottomless belly of this world. Time unraveled in the forest. It was much later, in the world of ice, that I fought against the demons that had been passed down to me, father to son. And finally, on the heavens and at the sacred tree, the truth of my Maker. For all that, solitude and sorrow were my true, faithful companions in the path of Thalamus. They consumed the beauty of this realm, making it gray and hopeless. The only thing that mattered was moving forward. Only the path remained. How would I find her otherwise?
¿Qué es esto? Un vale. Si os preguntáis si jugaba antes el juego, he hecho unas pruebas de grabación y más o menos he llegado por aquí en los apertijos. Pero a partir de aquí ya la cosa cambia, porque a partir de aquí ahora ya es todo nuevo para mí.
She was just a little kid, even more so than I, laughing away while playing on a swing set. I saw it coming before she did, and I ran and ran and ran and didn't look back until I was safe, all the way up in a tree. It was all over in a split second. No dramatic exit. And suddenly, she was gone.
Vale, aquí se puede referir a su hermana. Coño. Vale, parece que tengo que usar el impulso de la niebla esta para subir a algún sitio, pero no sé. Aquí mismo. veis en el suelo se refleja la figura de arriba. Habrá que seguir las... O sea, el camino... Debe de haber un camino invisible justo. Vale. Si mal no recuerdo, sigue para acá. Sigue por aquí. Y llega hasta aquí. Vale, pues está difícil la cosa. De momento está bastante fácil. Está muy interesante la historia y las reflexiones filosóficas que está haciendo el protagonista. Está muy interesante. Vale, aquí tendré que pillar todos los espejos.
Who's to blame for her death? The tsunami did what it did, no point in blaming God or fate. So I looked in the mirror as I had many times before, and reflected back on it. I saw guilt. My father shared some of the burden, but it was mine. My guilt. My fault.
Por aquí puedo ir. Por aquí también. Demasiado obvio. Vamos a ver. Aquí se puede ir. Por aquí también. Vale, ahora ya. Hay cosas que no me concentro. Porque estoy de a ver a los
Had my
puzzles.
own Sophia survived too, back home, or in this world? One had drowned, and the other... What are the odds of surviving the eye of the storm? There are few accounts. 1928, Greensburg, Kansas. A farmer saw the inside of a tornado. It was still as death, he said. Then it hissed. It actually screamed, and the hollowness was lit up by lightning. Was that the last thing my little girl had seen, I wondered? Death, screams, and God's thunder, the ire of the tornado.
Como iba diciendo, no es difícil seguir la historia si estoy a ver lo que ocurre y a ver cómo desentrañar los puzzles. Joder, a ver. Vamos a ver, coño. No es tan difícil, macho. 1, 2, 3.
I couldn't know. Not yet. Trapped in that world, the only thing I knew was my sister had survived it. Somehow. I just had to let myself be led by her drawings and her light. The Thalamus was waiting for me, although I wouldn't see it, and with it any sense of hope, until I had emerged from the darkness of the cave. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Vale. Hecho, eran 3 puzzles. El más jodido era el segundo que he hecho. Lo que pasa que este juego no sé si guarda o guarda el... Acabamos de pasarnos gustaría también pasarme el día esta con vosotros. Americana 100%. Supongo que habrá que encontrar otra de esas. Pero a saber dónde coño puede estar. A saber, puede estar en cualquier lado de estos. Porque hay más pequeños, precisamente.
The sand between my toes. I hadn't paid attention to the feeling before, and now I couldn't. I didn't feel my body at all. My alarming lack of a physical presence was too much of an existential threat to handle, so I didn't. Into the belly of the beast. Unlike Jonah's, mine was no big fish, but it was just as frightening, if not more so.
Vale, pues salto para acá. Y señores, aquí lo vamos a dejar. Espero les haya gustado. Dejen sus comentarios.
Day and night, light and darkness, convenient opposites to explain away complex reality.